What's going on, everybody? So, initially planned on doing a video today kind of regarding to a situation like this with Football Manager, but I sit here at 9:48 p.m. on a Thursday, and about a little over an hour ago, get that notification on Twitter from Football Manager that Fm25 is canceled. There isn't really a whole lot to be said on the situation that hasn't already been said by a multitude of different people in the Football Manager community, whether it is smaller creators like myself or the big dogs. It is definitely a situation we never wanted to have occur, and I know for a fact people at SI did not want it to get to this stage as well, but obviously something happened to where it goes from a state of, all right, FM25 is at the point to where they can start inviting some creators to come out, test the game. And from what I heard, it was okay. There were bugs, obviously, but it was okay. But somewhere along the lines, obviously afterwards, maybe from feedback or whatnot, they had to change some things, and it is now to a point to where, nicest way of putting it is that it's unplayable. They don't want to give us a game that we essentially would just rip apart. And I mean, with the way that things have been handled, a lot of people have been ripping them apart, and there is definitely some understanding as to why, especially with communication stuff. Some people have definitely gone way too far with things that they have said and gone about it, but you can't, with what they said in their message, the communication was abysmal, absolutely abysmal. And the way that I kind of see, if this game had been released, it would have been like another Cyberpunk situation, which for those of you that may have not played the game was very buggy at release, and it got ripped to shreds. And we don't necessarily want that for a game that is a yearly release, because we would be paying for the game now and then potentially once again in the fall. But I'm going to go ahead and read the statement by SI here for everyone. Sports Interactive regret to inform that following extensive internal discussion and careful consideration with Sega, we have made the difficult decision to cancel Football Manager 25 and shift our focus to the next release. For the large numbers of you who pre-ordered FM25, we thank you enormously for your trust and support. We're very sorry to have let you down. Which, there is one thing I want to say on that right away. If they knew that this was coming, why still be accepting pre-orders? Someone could have done a pre-order 3 hours ago, and then now they're going to realize, okay, well, now I have to get a refund. Why would you leave it up for that long, knowing that this is probably what is about to happen? And of course, it did happen. Goes on to say, we know this will come as a huge disappointment. Yeah, no duh, definitely a big disappointment, especially given that the release date has already moved twice, and you have been eagerly anticipating the first gameplay reveal, which they said would come at the end of January, and we get absolutely nothing. We haven't gotten anything in months from them. Nothing. Not even like a happy holidays or anything. Everyone just ghosted social media, and it was due to a lot of them having a lot of, let's not just say, not so great messages sent to them. But at the same time, you just can't ghost your entire community and not have anything come out, even when you said, all right, we're going to let you know, like towards the end of January, some info. Got to the last day of January, we got nothing, so obviously something was very wrong. Goes on to say, we can only apologize for the time it has taken to communicate this decision. Due to stakeholder compliance, including legal and financial regulations, today was the earliest date that we could issue this statement, which I understand that. They had the shareholders meeting with Sega today, and they released this in Japanese time, which still, even then, potentially just with a vast majority of the player base being in the UK or just around the world, wait until at least 8 a.m. UK time, like, yeah, that would have been like 2 a.m. my time, but still, enough people would be awake to see this instead of waking up in the middle of the night and then it's like, oh, well, this is crap. But even then, you could have put out something last week before, just giving us a heads up like, hey, there is a very important update coming your guys' way very soon, but we cannot let you know until the first official week of February. So please just bear with us. You could have done that and lessen the blow of this a little bit to kind of save face with how bad the communication has been. And I mean, I've gamed my entire life. A lot of us have gamed our entire lives. And this is easily the worst communication I've ever seen in regards to anything. But they do say we have always prided ourselves on delivering the best value for money games that bring you countless hours of enjoyment that feel worth every moment and every penny you spend. With the launch of Fm25, we set out to create the biggest technical and visual advancement in the series for a generation, laying building blocks for a new era. Due to a variety of challenges that we've been open about to date and many more unforeseen, we currently haven't achieved what we set out to do in enough areas of the game, despite the phenomenal efforts of our team. Each decision to delay the release was made with the aim of getting the game closer to the desired level, but as we approach our critical milestones at the turn of the year, it became unmistakably clear that we would not achieve the standard required even with the adjusted timeline. Which then brings it back to me saying they had people come out, test the game, play the game, get some decent feedback, and something had to have gone awry to where, all right, this is nowhere near where we need it to be, as well as to the point of there now being a job listing. I don't know if it was yesterday, day before that, but it came out that they were looking now for a kind of like new head of game design. Sorry, full term was lead game designer. That is what they were looking for in that job listing. Which when you do that, that either means you are kind of moving on to someone else for the new game that you're going to be working on. You want to try and do some different things, or it's been botched and you have to completely go in a different direction and move on from even releasing this game, which we now know is not going to happen. It continues with, whilst many areas of the game have hit our targets, the overarching player experience and interface is not where we need it to be. As extensive evaluation has demonstrated, including consumer playtesting, we have clear validation for the new direction of the game and are getting close. However, we're too far away from the standards you deserve. We could have pressed on, released FM25 in its current state, and fixed things down the line, but that's not the right thing to do. We were also unwilling to go beyond a March release, as it would be too late in the football season to expect players to then buy another game later in the year. Which, yes, that is true. That would be too late for us to consider buying another game at full price, and this would have to have been drastically reduced for us to consider buying it. But also, when you are looking to release a game, you want it to be in the best possible state. So initially, they were going to release FM until they told us, hey, we got to delay it. And they had pre-orders then. They had pre-orders before they announced the delay. And it's like, what are we doing? I don't understand the train of thinking behind a lot of the decisions that have been made with just the FM25 cycle. Now that it's kind of come full circle, I don't understand what they were thinking a lot of the time. Through the cancellation, every effort is now focused on ensuring that our next release achieves our goal and hits the quality level we all expect. We will update you on how we are progressing with that as soon as we are able to do so, which we kind of know what to expect with that, just kind of more non-communication. So when we hear something, we hear something. They go on to say, thank you for reading, your patience, and your continued support. Our full focus now returns to creating a new era for Football Manager. So this is definitely, obviously, not the news any of us wanted for a game that a lot of us put our time into. For me, a hobby, content creation, something that I would love to make 100% full-time in the future if it can ever get to that. But for the people that this is actually their full-time job as content creators, this is definitely something they're going to wake up and see, and it's like, what the hell? So, and some of those people probably even went to test the game. So you'll probably see a lot of variation and content with people going forward, whether they're streamers or if they are YouTubers such as myself. And you'll see a lot of people try and get creative with things that they do. Now, thankfully, FM24 is a good game. I really enjoy it. I think it's the best one that I have played in a very long time. And it is a game that I can see myself playing until we get FM26. Now, like I said, people are going to have to get creative, whether it's with their saves, people with their content, whatever it may be. People are going to have to get creative. But thankfully, we as a community are probably one of the more creative communities out there. And we are the reason why this game has stayed alive as long as it has, to the point to where it's like, okay, yeah, we can just keep on moving forward with FM24. I mean, whether it's the people behind the scenes making the skins, making databases, making clubs, making whatever it is, the tactics, just stories, what videos, whatever it is, keeping the game alive, we, the community, are what are making this work. And thankfully, we as a community will continue to make it work until they have something to give to us as a new experience, with that hopefully being FM26, or if they change the name, whatever it may be. But we will most definitely be able to keep this going, keep it alive, and just finding new ways to make the game fun, which a lot of us have found new ways to make the game fun, whether it's trying out new recruitment strategies or new tactics, whatever it may be, just constantly innovating within the community to make it fun. I mean, there's countless mods constantly coming out to now even make different actions within the game happen. So I definitely think, yes, this sucks. Big time sucks. But not a whole lot we can really do about it aside from just keep on going. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about this. A lot of people are not going to be happy. I'm not happy about it. I'm upset about it. But there's nothing that we can really do aside from just keep on going. And for content creators, we just got to keep coming up with some new things to entertain you guys and make sure that we're all still having fun playing this game that we all love, and hope that SI can get it right with FM26. And I think that this is 100% the right move that they needed to make, and they should have made it probably at the beginning of January and just come out and said, hey, this is where we're at and this is what's going to have to happen, so that we can get you guys a game that they are proud of and that we will be happy with playing. So leading us on like they have, definite big time no. Not great whatsoever. Communication has been abysmal. There are people that are definitely going to have to take some level of blame. They probably won't, but I mean, it's a fact. Facts matter more than feelings. That might offend some people, but facts matter more than feelings. And the fact is that they dropped the ball multiple times with this, and it could have been handled way better. So, like I've said, it sucks that we're not getting FM25, but we, the community, are what make this game keep going and this community keep on going. We are creative. We like to have a lot of fun. We are the reason why this game is as good as it is, honestly. Yes, the game is good on its own, but thankfully we have found ways to continuously make it better, whether it's with updates or whatnot. But yeah, not too happy. I know a lot of people won't be happy, but we just gotta keep on keeping on. So that is the best advice I kind of have right now for the news that we received. But definitely make sure, no matter what, keep on supporting the people that you've been watching. Support smaller creators, support the big creators, whoever it is, because this is someone's livelihood. Whoever it may be, this is their livelihood, and that they definitely depend on the community's support. So definitely make sure, if you are still loving the game, keep on supporting creators, whether they're streamers or YouTubers, This is definitely a good time to get into content creation yourself if you've ever thought about doing it, because I mean, now you have time to kind of learn the ropes and join what is already a great community for football managers. So guess that's kind of all that I have to say. Sucks we're not getting FM25, but I love FM24. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming here on my channel. So I'm looking forward to actually being able to move forward knowing what we're going to be having for the next 8 months. So yeah, that's that. If you have enjoyed, please feel free, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so on that sub button. And until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.